Hey there boys and girls, like Skillflaggy here and welcome back to another Counter-Strike Global Offensive video. So today I'm going to show you guys my Viewmodel, my Crosshair, just basically everything that I use in CSGO, all my gaming config stuff. So first of all, you want to go to Steam, Library, Global Offensive, and then hit Properties, go to Set Launch Options, and use this stuff right here. Basically what it does, the first one will skip the intro video, the novid, the tick rate will try to force the tick rate to be 128. If it is not possible, it will just stay at 64. Nojoy and threads 4 are not really necessary. You can use them to improve performance if you have problems. Just try it out, especially if you have hyper-threading with your CPU. Then to local files, go to Browse Local Files, CSGO, CFG, and then we already are in the config file folder. Now if we edit the autoexec.cfg with Notepad++ right here, you can see that I already have it open right here. And also the config file, which is the one right here. Again, you can just edit it with the same program. Then now you want to basically, if you haven't like set up a autoexec already, click the link right now on the screen or in the description, which will take you to the other video where I show you how to set it up and how to create one. This is really important because you don't want to just like change everything in the config because it sometimes resets, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so basically the first part right here is again forcing the 128 tick if it is possible. The stuff right here basically is responsible for putting a little bit stress off the CPU and put more stress on the RAM. So if you have a little bit more RAM, you can use that. This right here will basically represent my crosshair, just everything about it, how it moves, if it is static, what color it is, what size, what like gap it has. The stuff right here will be the view model. So if you only want one of those things, you can just go and copy that. View model is a mix of my field of view as well as the weapon position on the screen, as well as how much the weapon is bouncing and bobbing, which those things down there are responsible for. This right here is my jump rainbow, which basically means you have to just put out your nade, hold it, and then throw it, which will then, again, if you, in my case, hit 3, release the throw together with a jump, which will make it consistent 100% of the time. Right there's some extra stuff that you can use if you have problems with mouse accelerations. I haven't really noticed the difference, but it's just basically double checking and making sure that there's no acceleration at all. So these are the settings that we have right here. Now let's just go into CSGO, boot it up, and I will show you some more in-game settings that I use that you can also check out and take a look at. So first of all, you want to go to Options, Game Settings, and you want to enable the Developer Console. You can then assign a key to it in the keyboard mouse settings screen. In my case, it's this little like roof right here. And right here, if your autoexec isn't working, just type in exec autoexec.cfg, which will execute any config file that you have, or better said, in this case, the autoexec config file. You can also just rename it to something else, like I also have a Dansky config. Just hit it again, enter, and it will basically execute everything that is there in your config file. Again, one of the options is invalid, which has to do with my view model. I should probably clean it up sometime soon. For my video settings, or better said for the audio settings first, because I think those are more important, I basically put most of the music stuff down, like to a minimum, but so that I still can hear it, because for example the 10-second timer right here is really important so that you know if you still are able to make the defuse or not. Because the music is exactly 10 seconds long when the bomb is near exploding. And if you have a defuse kit and you start after the music start, or yes, after the music started, you can still get it most of the time. And besides that, headphones is basically the best thing to use. I use press to use mic, again, kind of a preference thing. And my CSGO is always awfully loud, so I have it at 0.02. If we go back to the video settings, right here, you can see that I have most of the stuff on high, but if you're having trouble, FPS are always more important than having something flashy on screen. So again, these don't really matter all that much in my opinion. You just want to have a couple of, like, for example, vertical sync has to be disabled because it will just give you input lag. It's no good. Last but not least, let's check out the sensitivity. We should go to keyboard mouse. And again, those are preferences. But first of all, raw input has to be on and mouse acceleration has to be off. that's a big no-no. You should never use that, seriously. If you want to have a better explanation, I can do it in another video, but this is something you definitely do not want. My mouse sensitivity is 0.65 with a DPI of 1600. So if you're using a lower sensitivity, this will not be the same. You have to multiply this number with your DPI to get the real sensitivity, kind of. So in my case, it would be something like 1040 or something around those numbers. Also right here, my zoom sensitivity is 0.83. I tend to switch between 0.8 and 0.85. Again, all the other stuff is basically just setting up, like for example, I don't scroll through my whole items. I just use scroll up for getting my primary and scroll down for getting my secondary. And again, that's just personal preference how you want to set up your game. Also right here you can bind your key to the developer console. And I think this already wraps it up for this video. I can also, like, I have videos in the making for setting up your own Crosshair view model and all stuff with the help of a couple of easy maps. But I think it's pretty much all for now. So again, if you enjoyed the video, you can also just check out the description down below. There will be all the links for everything you need to know, as well as my stuff again, so you can just copy and paste it. But yeah, like, let's go figure out.